Richard Petty still holds the all-time record of 10 straight wins in 1967, but with the shortened schedule in 1972 kicking off the modern era and thus leading to stronger fields, it became much more difficult to string together this type of streak. I want to take a look at the exclusive club of those who share the modern era record of 4 straight wins. In the past 50-plus years, only 8 drivers have accomplished this feat. After next year's induction, all 8 will be in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. They've combined for 521 career Cup Series wins and 25 championships. Let's take a look at each of those streaks, how they were accomplished, and what prevented them from winning 5 in a row. With 8 races to go in the 1976 season, Cale Yarborough led Richard Petty in the championship race by just 29 points. Cale would come up clutch, winning the next 4 races at Richmond, Dover, Martinsville, and North Wilkesboro to extend that lead to 99 points over Petty. Unfortunately, I haven't found much for television coverage or articles with details about these races, nor his attempt at a 5th straight victory. Based on my findings, he was very close, finishing second to Donnie Allison at Charlotte. Donnie beat him by 12 seconds, taking the lead from Cale with just 27 laps to go. Cale ended the day having led 81 laps, and while he didn't win the rest of the year, still won the 1976 Cup Series championship, his first of 3 consecutive titles. Similar to Cale, Darrell Waltrip was in a tight championship battle when his streak started, leading Bobby Allison by just 2 points with 6 races to go in 1981. The really impressive thing about Darrell's streak was that he was the pole sitter in each of his 4 straight wins at Martinsville, North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, and Rockingham. Bobby Allison would finish second in 3 of those races. Darrell's 4th straight win was also his toughest, as he took the lead from Allison with 6 laps left and hung on to win by less than a car length. At Atlanta, in his attempt at a 5th straight win, he was in a tight 3-car battle for the win late with Neil Bonnet and Cale Yarborough. He took the lead with 2 laps to go from Bonnet, the dominant car on the day, but just a half lap later, Bonnet would get back by, holding on for the win. Darrell would win the first of his 3 championships that year, helped by those 4 consecutive victories. This is probably the streak I find most fascinating. Dale began 1987 by winning 6 of the first 8 races, including 4 in a row at Darlington, North Wilkesboro, Bristol, and Martinsville. The next race was the infamous 1987 Winston 500 at Talladega, where Bill Elliott set the all-time NASCAR speed record at over 212 miles per hour in qualifying. This is also the race Bobby Allison got airborne in the tri-oval and went into the catch fence, which was the primary factor in NASCAR adopting restrictor plates at Daytona and Talladega. Dale didn't have anything for Davey Allison that day, but he was able to get the lead on a late race pit stop. He restarted first with 10 laps to go, but couldn't hold on, falling to 4th by the finish. So I also want to talk about the race previous to his streak at Atlanta. Dale won the pole and dominated, but with 48 laps to go while leading, had ignition issues. By the time his crew got him out, he was 6 laps down, but was able to catch and pass all the leaders just because he could. He'd go on to finish just 16th, but think about this. He won the 2 races before Atlanta, at Rockingham and Richmond, meaning if he didn't have mechanical issues at Atlanta, it's likely he could have won 7 races in a row. During those 7 races, Dale led 1,598 laps, or 55% of the total laps run, and led the most laps in 6 of those 7 races. When winning 4 in a row comes to mind, this is the streak I think of. Let this sink in. Harry Gant was 51 years old when he won 4 races in a row at NASCAR's top level. And who would have expected a guy 10th in points who would go on a late season run like this? Gant won at Darlington, Richmond, Dover, and Martinsville, and it's that race at Martinsville that everyone remembers. Gant was leading on a lap 376 restart, got turned in front of the field by Rusty Wallace, and wound up with a whole lot of right front damage. Under the following long green flag run, he sliced through the entire field in about 75 laps to lead again, and easily hung on to win the race and capture his 4th consecutive checkered flag. At North Wilkesboro, going for 5, he won the pole and led 350 of the 400 laps. But brake issues on the last run of the race let Dale Earnhardt catch and pass him with just 9 laps to go. The newly anointed Mr. September still finished 2nd to cap an impressive month. Just months after Harry Gant won 4 in a row, Bill Elliott did the same, winning at Rockingham, Richmond, Atlanta, and Darlington. Joining the Junior Johnson team at the beginning of the season, Bill won early and often. His battle with Alan Kowicki at Richmond, possibly a sign of things to come in the championship race, was fantastic as Bill won a side-by-side fight to the finish by about a foot. However, his quest for 5 may have been the most disappointing of this group. Bill was never great at Bristol, but after qualifying 11th, he was never really in contention. He pitted early, spun shortly after that, and then was involved in an accident just past halfway. Eventually, he finished the race 30 laps down in 20th. For the 3rd year in a row, a driver who would not go on to win the championship won 4 straight races. Mark Martin was winless in the first 18 races of 1993, but went on quite the run, claiming victories at Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, and Darlington. The noteworthy race in Mark's streak was Watkins Glen, where a bad pit stop late led to him coming through the field. It was going to be close whether he could catch the leaders, but Kyle Petty spun on his own from the top spot and collected 2nd place Dale Earnhardt to make it easy for Mark as he grabbed the lead and went on to win. The 5th win wasn't to be at Richmond, as Mark led 155 laps throughout the middle of the race, but faded late and finished 6th. With 13 wins in 1998, it's no surprise Jeff Gordon strung together 4 in a row. The 20-race run to end his season was maybe the best 20-race run in the history of NASCAR. Jeff had 10 wins, 19 top 5s, and 20 top 10s in that span, which included the 4 straight wins at Pocono, Indianapolis, Watkins Glen, and Michigan. Mark Martin finished 2nd in Jeff's first 3 wins, then was passed for the lead with just 9 laps left in Jeff's 4th win at Michigan. The race at Bristol for Jeff's 5th win was a bit uncharacteristic and uneventful. He qualified 7th, ran 5th to 10th all race, and finished 5th. He didn't lead a lap, nor really show he could contend with the leaders. This is my biggest what if of this group. Jimmie won 4 straight races at Martinsville, Atlanta, Texas, and Phoenix during the chase, the only time this feat has been accomplished in NASCAR's postseason. With Jimmie leading the championship by a healthy margin, and the final race of the year at Homestead next up, a 5th consecutive win was highly unlikely. Despite winning the pole, the Lowe's team played it conservatively, running at the back half of the top 10 most of the race and finishing 7th to clinch the championship. I say that because the 5 championship seasons they had a comfortable lead, they averaged a 9th place finish at Homestead. But in the 2 championship seasons they had to beat others, they finished 2nd in 2010 and 1st in 2016. It would have been exciting to see what they could have done had they put everything into winning that 5th consecutive race. Winning 4 races in a row is extremely difficult in NASCAR's Premier Series, which is why it hasn't happened in 18 years. Can it happen again? Can anyone win 5 in a row? Share your thoughts in the comments and let me know who you think can do it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons.